Hi guys, Russ here from Wilson Land and Cattle Company. I'm with
Rob Thompson, hog farmer, Farmer Rob.
Thompson Farms.
Thompson Farms.
Yep. Thompson Farms is hosting the first annual, or I guess maybe we'll be having this a couple times a year, adaptive grazing Facebook group pasture walk. And I'm hoping maybe we can do this maybe in different areas, not just keep it in Pennsylvania, so some of the other participants can participate, I guess you could say. Yeah, we would like to have more participation. What are we talking about here today, Rob?
Next, we're going to be talking about the side-by-side demo. As you can see here, field on my right, also known as dry field. Had some things done to it in the last year, versus the field on the left, which is known as 8-acre field, which gets some grazing, gets some bale grazing on it during the winter, but not a whole lot done to it. We get Bob up here. Or he's texting.
You need to pay attention, Bob. You tell your kids to pay attention all the time.
I know. The wife interrupted.
Oh,
Put them
geez.
in the basket before they get in the classroom, right?
You want me to hold this for you or what?
No, Rob's got this one under control.
Everybody look at this. Dad, you have a copy of it?
No,
You want
but
one?
see mine.
Okay.
I know what it is.
So
You've
this,
been here before.
these are two of the fields that we use quite heavily here on the farm. This is dry field. It's just roughly an acre. Pretty important acre on the farm now.
It looks it.
I can remember doing a soil pit up here in 1986 for the FFA soil contest, and the backhoe couldn't dig a hole deep enough because of the stone in it. but it worked out. So anyway, last year we purchased some lime, a trailer load of it, semi-trailer load of it from Belfont, and we put roughly 2 tons the acre on it, just because we wanted to start doing some liming. We knew we had to. And if you open your packet up here, on the last page, you can see the last soil test, the soil pH was 5.2, and they wanted us, they recommended 6,000 pounds of lime to the acre to grow grass on this. I put on 4,000 pounds the acre because I had other fields I wanted to do. And so the first cutting was, this year I'm gonna guess, was probably up here to my pockets. It was pretty substantial for a first cutting. But the problem we had this year here in Pennsylvania is it's rained every day since June 1.
I think that's pretty much indicative of the whole East Coast.
Yeah, it just rained
every day.
And I got a couple of sunny days. I said, I'm coming up here to cut it. Dad said, no, I don't think you ought to cut it. I think it's too wet, but I came up and cut it anyway. And about the day after I cut it, they changed the weather forecast and it rained again. And so I said, well, I'll pick it up when it dries up. Well, it never dried up. And so with all that dry matter laying down on the ground, I said, well, I'll throw some fertilizer on it to help bust some of that old hay down, because also all the round bales that you can see here during the winter time, I will take up into this field to strip the strings off them, and so I get drops of old crusted hay and stuff like that off there. So there's a lot of hay to break down also. I said, so I'll throw some triple 15 on it because I know the field needs potassium. I knew it needed some phosphorus, and so I'll let that work a while, and then I'll grab the second cutting off it. Well, it just kept raining. So we didn't get the second cutting, and I said, well, I'm going to graze it. You know, standing there, it'll be just as good or better quality forage for the sheep at some point during the early winter or so. So
No, she was nowhere to be found.
the field next to it,
Yeah, this is a side-by-side comparison. You can see the line
yep, you can
right
see
up.
the line.
See the line right up here where Rob had applied the lime and the fertilizer, and where he didn't, and they were both managed the same, Rob?
Pretty much the same. They're the same soils, pretty much. And this field was cut, 8 acre was cut a couple days after dry field.
Okay. And you actually got the hay off of this
I
side?
actually got the hay off.
Okay,
this side.
so you left the nutrients from the hay on this side, plus you applied did you apply fertilizer on this?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
We're just letting it cruise, and
I think comparatively speaking, just looking at it, this is probably what, 10 times more forage available than this side here.
yes.
So in the long run, Rob, would you say that you're money ahead doing this?
Yeah, probably altogether, the fertilizer at the time I purchased it for this was roughly $130, and the lime applied would have been somewhere around 40 or 50 bucks total. So you're up to $200.
$200, but how many more tons of forage is here?
I haven't measured it yet. That's why
It's-
you've got the pasture stick.
Yeah, we're gonna measure that. We're gonna measure that, and I'll put in the comments what the
Right.
total dry matter yield is.
Yeah. But
So-
so that's pretty much it. Like I said, the pH on this field, 5.2, and I think Mike, did you do dry field or 8 acre on your?
I did drive
You did dry. What'd
Yeah.
you come up with a pH on that?
6.4, 6.2.
6.2. So we raised it up from 5.2 to 6.2. You know, with one application of lime, which made the nutrients that were in the soil already more available.
More available. Yep.
More available.
Yep.
So
Remind me, you did graze that or you did not?
we just cut it so far, Mike.
Okay.
We cut it and let it lay.
I thought,
We couldn't get it up, and
yep.
we just let it lay. This one over here, we did cut.
You took a crop off.
We got the crop off.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it was somewhere between 5 and 7 days from when this one was done to this one. So, anybody do I think Mike, you did 8 acre.
Mhm.
You remember what the pH you got from that?
You didn't tell me to write it down.
I think mine was somewhere between 6 and 6.2.
That's what I think.
6 and 6.2?
Excuse me, like I said.
All right, so the last time I soil tested this, it was 5.7. So it could have bumped up because I'm hoping the organic matter is going up on this too,
Mhm.
with the grazing management, the bale feeding, bale grazing. So that's what I'm hoping.
The soil life should increase your pH too.
Yep, soil. I'm hoping that the soil life is bumping up
Mhm.
I'm not sure.
the pH. So
So, Rob, is this something that you do the whole farm?
would I do it to the whole farm?
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, but like in 1 year's period of time, would you apply all the fertilizer and all the inputs on the whole farm at one time, or are you going to do like maybe use this for like stockpile and do like X amount of acres every year and kind of go across the whole farm?
Yeah, I think we've got it kind of plotted out as to what fields need what. We know like there's a couple of pastures that are really high in nutrients because they've been pastures for so long.
Right.
And we could probably bump the production up on them, even to include them into a hay rotation with an application of lime. So we'll go after those next.
Okay.
And then there's just like those fields over there across the road, you know, it's a 20-acre field, so it's like a daunting task with a 10-foot wide lime spreader.
Well, yeah, and what I'm trying to get at, it's basically going to break the bank if we did the whole farm at one time.
Right.
But, you know, that's one of the recommendations for stockpile forages to apply.
Yeah.
Get your pH adjusted a little bit and apply fertilizer to it. And the fertilizer actually helps make a higher quality stockpiled forage.
Yeah.
Now,
if you
one
look out through here, you see that the yellowness of the grass is just, it's apples and oranges.
yeah, there's a big difference. Now, I want to step in here and talk a little bit here. Now, if Rob were to graze this, I would recommend that he only grazes this 1 acre. Okay, and the reason being for that is he's got the nutrients here. He's got the pH adjusting on it. If he were to put a divider fence down across, he's got another fence just down over the hill here. If you were to put a divider fence and graze both of these sections at one time, he's going to effectively move some of your nutrients out of this field and move them down to this field, which could be beneficial.
Yeah.
You know, you're not losing them off the farm.
Nope.
But if he wants to this paddock here to continue to do this, I think if you were to just graze this section and keep these nutrients here, I think in years to come, this is what this is going to look like.
Yeah.
But if you were to graze the two sections together, he's going to move nutrients down here, and it will probably improve down here, but you won't see the drastic change in the.
Yeah. Yep, I'll probably try and feed more bales in this long field again
Right.
this winter,
Right.
depending on there's not much of a protection from a good north wind here, so but if it's calm enough, we can get them out here and start grazing bales out here. Okay. I think that's about it for this segment. Anybody have any questions? Bob? Mike? Been awfully quiet.
Mike, we got the camera on. So, okay, guys, that's it for this segment. We're going to be doing some more, and we're going to have like basically a series here that we're going to post on the Adaptive Grazing YouTube channel. So head on over there and check it out, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.